On the periodic table of elements, what is the designation for silver? C. Ag. Sn. Hg. Silver is represented by the letters Ag on the periodic table of elements. Although silver is found naturally, it is often harvested as a byproduct of other refining operations. This includes gold, copper, zinc and lead. Of all the metals, silver conducts electricity and heat most effectively. What does AMA stand for on the social network site, Reddit? All my ads. Add me always. Ask me anything. None of the above. Reddit hosts AMAs are Ask Me Anything about a range of subjects and with a host of different people. These include actors, actresses, musicians, game developers, filmmakers and even presidents. AMAs have been conducted with Barack Obama, Bill Gates, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Madonna and Snoop Dogg, among others. In Europe, which country was the first to give the vote to women? England, Austria, Germany, Finland. Not only was Finland the first country to let women vote, but it was also the first to allow them to stand as political candidates. All of this happened in 1906. In 2000, Tarja Halonen became the first female president of the country. She served until 2012. In computing, what does CPU stand for? Central Processing Unit, Computer Power Unit, Commerce Processing Unit. None of the above. The brain of any computer, laptop and other tech devices, a central processing unit interprets and processes a variety of commands that it receives from both the hardware in the computer as well as any software that might be running. Without a CPU, a digital device will not work. What does a farrier do? Makes barrels, makes horseshoes, makes arrows, makes hats. If you need to know all about horses' hoovers, chat with a farrier. Although most of us think a farrier is a form of a blacksmith, they are extremely knowledgeable about caring for horse hooves and certainly do more than make horseshoes. Farriers can trim and balance horse hooves as well as add shoes when necessary. Name the heavy metal band founded by Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield. Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. Formed in California in 1981, Metallica is widely acknowledged as the foremost heavy metal band on the planet. The band was started by two friends, Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield. After releasing 4 albums of mostly thrash metal, 1991's self-titled Metallica saw the band shift its sound to more traditional heavy metal. The album sold 16 million copies, but some fans accused the band of selling out. By 2017, Metallica had sold close to 60 million albums in the United States. In which Charles Dickens novel would you read about the character, Fagin? David Copperfield, Olivier Twist, Great Expectations, A Christmas Carol. Oliver Twist is the story of an orphan boy employed in a workhouse but who falls in with a gang of child thieves. Their leader is a nasty man called Fagin who ruthlessly controls the children, getting them to do his bidding and steal on a daily basis. At the turn of the 20th century, British troops were fighting Boer soldiers. From which country did they come? South Africa, Kenya, Australia, New Zealand. The Boers were a group of Afrikaans-speaking people who had descended from the Dutch who colonized South Africa from 1652 onward. Once the British took over the Cape of Good Hope, however, they decided to move inland and make a home for themselves. After declaring independent areas to live in, the British went to war with them over two conflicts called the Anglo-Boer War. Although the British won through sheer strength of numbers, the Boers proved to be worthy opponents. In 2016, which murder mystery board game brought in Dr. Orchid to replace Mrs. White? Monopoly, Clue, Snakes and Ladders, Twister. After killing poor Mr. Body for more than 70 years, housekeeper Mrs. White was replaced as a suspect in the board game Clue by Dr. Orchid, a new female protagonist. Clue is called Cluedo in Europe and was first released in 1949. Which country is known as the Red Dragon? South African, Bhutan, China, Chad. Dragons form a massive part of Chinese mythology, and we certainly associate the color red with China, so it's easy to see why the country is called the Red Dragon. In the West, people associate the red part of this name with communism.